Hi guys, so this video I am making to share my experience regarding the document verification process that I had to go through in JNV and in Kendriya Vidyalaya document verification. So this is going to be based on the experiences that I have collected in 5-6 interviews that I have appeared, whether it is for JNV, Kendriya Vidyalaya or some private schools. So please continue watching this video if you want to know what really goes inside the document verification process. So let's get started. First of all, that I would need to discuss about is having a file. Please make sure that you have a strong, sturdy, and it should have enough pages so as to keep all your necessary documents in a very presentable manner. And I had purchased this file some 4 to 5 years ago, and I tried to accommodate all my necessary documents and certificates inside it. So let's get started and see what is going to be required by you and every teaching aspirant. So first of all, I carry a set of 5 to 10 photographs that you should be asked in any process, whether it is for teaching job or in any other line field. You can be asked about a photograph. So I always try to keep one set in my file and one in my wallet. So the next thing that I want you to carry is a set of 2 pens. Why two? Why not one? I have a very interesting anecdote for that. Uh, in one of the interviews that I had to appear for, I actually gave my pen to some person, and they obviously forgot about it and took it with them. And when I required one, I had to really struggle a lot just to find a simple pen. So that is why two. In case if anybody needs one, I give them this and then I use the other one. So two very good ballpoint pen. And the other thing is your original Aadhaar card that you would require. So I always keep it in the small pouches that I have over here. And now let's get started with the documents that you would require for your document verification. So here I have, the first one is my 10th certificate. One thing that I would like to say, if you're also from the batch that had CGPA in place of percentage, you would require a whole another certificate from your school that mentions all of your percentage and all of your marks in the number form, mark statement certificate. I have gotten this made from my school. It was hardly a matter of 15 to 20 minutes that my principal presented this in front of me. Because my school was a Kendriya Vidyalaya, so obviously the process was very smooth. So you can also ask for the same if you had the CGPA system in your school. The next thing that you would require is your 12th certificate and 12th mark statement. Please remember that both of these things that I just said are two different things. Your mark statement is basically the certificate which has written the mark that you have scored in all the different subjects that you had in 12th standard, whereas in the school certificate, which is basically stating that you have passed from CBSE or whatever board, and these were your subjects that you had taken, it actually does not carry any of your marks in the written manner. So that is the two things that you would require from your 12th standard. The next thing that I have is my semester wise all the mark statements. So I had 4-year course, so that is why I have 8 mark statement certificates, and all in the original form here I am talking about. So 8 semesters certificates, and then you would require a degree of your graduation as well as your B.Ed. If you have done your MA, then all the degree certificates, whatever courses you have taken, you should have your mark statements as well as your degree certificates. So this is my degree certificate here, and you would require that while you're going for any kind of document verification process. So that is that. Also, a lot of students always have this doubt that whether you can go for the provisional one. Yes, you can, but they would not give the proper joining if you do not present them in the original one. So the provisional will do, you will not be disqualified, but then they would provide a window for you, I think of 1 month. It also varies from school to school. So in some of the interviews I saw that the window was almost of 1 month, and then you can get the proper original degree certificate and please submit it to the competent authority. Next I have my internship certificate, because B.Ed also has this uh, internship thing. So I had done my internship from Kendriya Vidyalaya, so I had that. Then I worked in 2 schools, so that is why I have one experience certificate and then the another experience certificate. The next thing that I have is my Aadhaar copy. It is not the original one, but I have kept just in case if they want to have a look at it. The next things that I have is some of my achievements that can help me look like a creative person, which I was. So I have put some 6-7 achievement certificates, and obviously this creates a good impact in front of the panel and the authorities, that the teacher can also, other than being the teacher, they can also guide and mentor the students regarding all these co-curricular activities, club activities that take place in the Vidyalaya. So after this, what you have to do is keep 2 sets of all these documents. Always go through the call letter if there is anything additional that they are asking for, because in one of my interviews they asked for a police verification certificate. So please go through the call letter very carefully 5 to 6 times, because it is a tendency of a person to miss out on the things that are new. The usual we do, but if there's something new, you just erase it from your mind. So what you should do is keep 2 sets of all these original documents in the printout form. Always attest only one set with your signature and date. Do not forget that, because then it creates a lot of mess when you go for the verification. Always attest it with the date of the interview at your home, and then what you can do is keep one set just for safety purpose. Whether if you tear it by mistake, whether you damage one of your printouts, so you can have one separate one and then you can use it. And don't worry, it's not going to create a lot of wastage, because if you have something extra, you are going to use it in future also. So always try to keep 2 sets. Always be very safe and secure. You don't know whether they are going to have a printout machine or whether they are going to have a Xerox machine. So always try to be safe. Always try to do extra rather than to do little less than what is expected. So in the document verification, I'm not talking about the interview. So that is what happened at the document verification. Obviously, if you're filling up for any particular subject, because in TGTs and PGTs you have to select one subject that you're applying for. For example, I always go for TGT English. So they always take all of my semester English literature marks and try to see that if I am above the 50% mark or not, which I already knew when I was going for my Navodaya interview. So I was very chill, because I was crossing the 50% mark. But if you are not, then if they are not checking, it's fine. But if they do check, a lot of candidates were disqualified on the basis of that in both the interviews, Navodaya and Kendriya Vidyalaya. So please see if you're crossing that mark or not, and try to read the notification. And yes, that is it. If you have any query regarding the documents and the interview, you can put it down in the comments and I will try to reply as soon as I can. And yes, best of luck. Bye bye. Thank you for watching my video.